Hi, a very good morning to all. This training is from MindMajix. This is about me, and I'm having 8+ years of experience in EBS development and support. Means I have worked in EBS developments and support projects, designed many workflow objects, designed and developed it, and also I have provided on-job support for workflow-related requirements and provided trainings related to it. Scope of the demo for the workflow. So we will be covering importance of workflow, Oracle basics of the workflow, components of the workflow, how we can plan the workflow process, means from where need to start, means what are the key points that needs to be there for implementing any workflow. So this will be the part of planning a workflow process. Now there is a tool called workflow builder, so I will be providing introduction today for this, and the basic features of workflow builder. So this is all about the demo scope. So this is the outline. So let us start with the topics that I have. So I'm going with the points first. So importance of workflow and basics of that workflow. When Oracle workflow was not there, so the processes like getting confirmation from the from the second party. Suppose if we are doing a business and communicating with means there is a mail chain communication between you sending an order, receiving an order, getting confirmation if order is received or not, and then maintaining the data for this. So this all was done manually. It was completely based on the email chains. So and obviously, like it was a time taking process, and means there was a chance that a person sitting other side, or maybe from your side, email get missed, and it will delay the process. Solution came into the picture when Oracle workflow was implemented. So it automates the complete process. This process means it sends the electronic notification to the user sitting on the other side, and means it has a approval, means user also get the mail notification from this. And also there is, like, if his means we have a EBS environment, so he is logging on a daily basis, so there will be a notification panel in which he will be getting notification that he has a notification pending. He has to approve or reject, or it's an FYI notification. So this kind of notification will be there on the workflow. So it will automate the process, and means it will make the business easier. So this is all about importance of workflow and workflow basics. So now coming to the workflow components. So workflow components, basically we have 6 components in the workflow. One is Oracle workflow builder. So this is a graphical tool provided by the Oracle to develop the workflow. Currently I am not yeah, I can show that. I can show the this one. So this is like a tool, means this is having means we are covering means the workflow builder will be, means the versioning of workflow will be 2.5 or 2.6 plus versions. So this is all about that workflow. I didn't take that screenshot now for the workflow builder. So yeah, we will be working on this tool. So there will be, like, we will be seeing in the next session how the workflow builder looks like and how it works. So now coming to the second component of the workflow, that is Oracle definition loader. So this is generally a command, wf load command. So generally, for migrating the workflow from one instance to other instance, this even downloading and uploading it, like that's a part of migration. So we use this service, this component, workflow definition loader. This is generally wf load command with upload and download option. Now coming to the directory services. So as means we have contact directory, right, in our Skype, Teams and all. So similarly we have workflow directory, where we create user roles, users, and means list of user roles and others. So it here we maintain the directory means accordingly we stores the users in that directory. So it's like means we can create a role based on application. We can create ad hoc data role from the database side. From application end, we create roles which are permanently defined. Suppose we are working in an organization and we know how many users are going to approve, or means how many users should be there in an approval list. So in that case we will go with the defining application roles, and in that we will be adding those users to that roles. So it's a permanent rule kind of. So and ad hoc rules are like suppose on the running while running means while yeah, sending the notifications, we will have to dynamically define to which user it has to be sent, and it's a list of users to which it can be sent. So in that case we will defining ad hoc rules, and we'll be adding those users which are dynamically defined at that time runtime to that ad hoc rules. So this is all about directory services. So we have workflow engine and notification system. So this is maintained by Oracle, and it is deployed by DBS. So we will not be covering this; will be out of a scope. So this is not a developer system point. So this is being maintained and covered by DBS. So we will not be covering this. Now coming to the workflow monitors. So workflow monitor will be like it's means whenever we are running the workflow, so we can monitor it going logging into the workflow admin page, or to whoever we are providing the roles to access the workflow monitor. So we can define at which stage the workflow is present, and means what's the user pending action, means what's the action is pending from the user side. So this is a screenshot from that workflow monitor. This is taken from that 11i instance, but I think it will be from R12 also. Means currently we'll be doing it in R12. So this is about that workflow components. Now coming to the planning a workflow process. So how we plan a workflow process. So before planning a workflow process, we need to ask some questions, like this notification, means this workflow is going to be approved at what stage, means up to what, means how many levels of approval will be there in the workflow. Is there any FYI notification will be present or not, how the calculation should be, like what's means like we do for a PLSQL programming. Means we just ask the questions, then we do the logic. Similarly, we have to on working on any requirement, we first have to clarify all the doubts points related to that workflow process. Then we can go with that plan. I mean, go with that implementing a workflow. So now coming to the workflow builder. So workflow builder, yeah, I just shown that workflow builder and workflow builder features. I will be covering it. So wait a second. So yeah, this is a workflow builder. So here we have some major key points, like workflow builder will be having an item type, item attribute, process, notifications, functions, messages, events, lookup types, and lookup codes. So means now let us cover what are these key points in that workflow attribute. So what is item type? So item type is like this is also mentioned here. So item type is like a unique name, short name for any workflow. Means a workflow is having WFT notification, sorry, WFT extension. Means like we develop a report builder, so we have .rdf. So similarly when we are developing a workflow, so it is having a extension called WFT .wft file. So in that WFT means if generally it is when we are saving a WFT file, it is saved with that same name as a item type name. So it's a unique name for each workflow which we are going to deploy into the system. So it is having some some limitations to to define our item types, like internal name should be less than 8 characters, it should be in capital, it should not contain any special characters. Likewise, so like we define table name, view name, we have some limitations to define to give the name. So similarly we have limitation to give the name of the item type. Now coming to the item attributes. So item attribute is like global variables which are defined into the workflow. So we defined variables in our PLSQL system, PLSQL programming. Here also we defined global variable. Yeah, here also we have a concept of local variables, but I will be covering that in the in during defining during means developing any projects, like we have some projects. So I will be going with that local variable also, but this is, here we are defining a global variable, and this can be accessed in any of the process functions and like that. So this is about item attributes. Now coming to the process. So each workflow item type will have at least one process. It can have multiple process also. So it will have at least one process. So it is the process only in the workflow item which we are going to means during doing programming. So we first create the process. We create the like wf engine dot create is a given API which we call in the PLSQL to create the process. And here we have some defined parameters: item type, item key, then user key and all. So here by giving that, we create the process first. Means for doing any for running any instance of the, suppose we are sending a notification to one user, so it will create one instance of that workflow. And in that instance it will be defining the workflow item key. First it will define that, it will create a process and define the item key, assign a unique item key to that workflow. So this is means it is instance, you can say that. For each user we are going to send a notification, it's an instance we are creating for this workflow, for getting that workflow, getting from starting to end, getting the approvals and closing that workflow. So it's a process. We are here like here means this is all about that process of the workflow. Now coming to the notifications and messages. So each notification we are sending to the workflow, it's a FYI notification, or it's an approval notification, or any kind of notification we are sending. So it will contain means we need to define here a notification. It will be like means it will be having a message included in it. So like message is like, hi, this approval is pending from your side. This is the PO number is this. So the body of the notification and subject of the notification. So this type of things will be coming under the message, and this message will be attached to this notification. And also this notification will have one role, performer, to which to who is going to perform on that notification. Means who is going to approve that notification, or who is going to reject that notification. So this is all, this is about that notifications. Now function. So function is like means suppose means it's a way of calling the PLSQL package, PLSQL procedure, where we are performing some tasks. Suppose we have a requirement like we need to calculate the order amount. And means order amount, suppose we have to send a notification, we have to send a notification for approval, if the sale is for a particular amount and particular customer. So in that case we will defining a procedure for it. And here we will be checking the amount of that amount of that sales and the name of customer. So in that procedure we will be handling that logic. And accordingly we will return an attribute, and this will take forward. So this is like, this means we're defining a procedure and handling the logic in the backend side. PLSQL side will be done by the function. Generally like events are rarely used. I have not used currently means yet, but yeah, it's like means whenever we send a notification or some something that some events are raised, so we need to capture those events, and we need to capture those events and handle those events. So this is all about that events. So I think means at that basic level, means basic, even at advanced level, like AMEs are there, right? Approval management engine are there, but which is not in the scope of this training. But AMEs are there. So like we call from the workflow only, we call AMEs to to derive who will be the next approver, and will be sending the notification to that person. So in that case also, I like means that's advanced stage of deploy means developing a workflow. So in that case also I didn't means come across that using events, but yeah, we use it. But yeah, I will try to cover something on the events also, so that you can get a clear picture on this. Now coming to that lookup code and lookup type. So basically, this is about if we are going to provide some functionality, a drop down functionality, means suppose user can send a notification to certain users as a static list of users. So we will a static list of users. So what we will do is we will create a lookup type with the name users, and in the lookup code we will give all the names of that user. Suppose 4 or 5 users are there, so we will define that lookup code in that. And while sending a notification, means when the notification is sent to the user, while approving it, user can check, means to which what actions it can take. Either it has to like means out of those lookup codes, suppose yeah, three users are there, so it's to whom the next notification will be sent. So I'm going to approve it. So next notification will be sent to whom you to which user. It can also be defined by lookup code and lookup type. So this is about workflow build feature world workflow builder features. So now coming to that, this is all about this is the topics that I covered. Now coming to that, what the resources that we will be providing into this session. So I will be providing PPT slides for the of the workflow, code pack of the two projects. Even means currently I'm planning two projects, but yeah, means if time permits, I can add one or two more, one or two more projects, and we'll provide the code pack for this. Even project is there, and likewise, if we are covering the topic wise, so there will be a code pack for that topic also. Topic wise, if we are covering it, we are going to develop something on this. So accordingly, we will be following some process. So WFT file or code pack I can provide for this. And also I will be providing mock interview documents, so you refer this for preparing for the interviews related to Oracle workflow interviews. Coming to that, details of the projects. So currently, I was planning the two projects. One is sending approval notification to the manager. It will be like it's a simple notification that user is applying for leave, and manager is getting that notification that user has applied for leave, and you manager has ability to approve or reject it. One requirement that we can work on. Similarly, like there is another notification that we can work on, like FYI notification. If multiple levels at multiple level of approval, like two or three peoples are there who are going to approve a functionality, means approve like a PO is raised. So depending on the person, means depending on the requirement, two peoples are there who are going to approve this PO. So this type of requirement will be there, and once PO is approved, the FII notification will be triggered back to the users when means when it is approved or rejected. Similarly, means other projects can also be covered, AP hold notification. When AP hold is removed, or AP hold is means hold is put on any invoices, then a notification can be sent. So means there are multiple cases that can be covered, but currently I have given two scenarios only. These are This covers a scenario in which you will get the topics, means you will get like total pictures of the workflow that we can do. Here we can have one advanced scenario also, like means implementing AME into the workflow, but I think that will not be in this session. So yeah, means we will be covering Oracle workflow only currently. This is all about requirements. You should have like a high internet speed, and system requirement. So this is all about the training sessions. Now coming to the certification, so I was checking that certification previously. Oracle was providing certification related, means Oracle was providing certification related to Oracle workflow, but currently I didn't check, as Fusion has come into the market, and yeah, business process tools are there, like, so BCM tools are there. So that's the reason, that may be the reason that workflow certifications are not currently available. But yeah, once it get available, you can do the certification on the workflow also. This is all about our training session. This is all about our training session. So you can contact on the email address provided, and phone numbers for any queries related to the trainings. So this is all from my side. You can get back to the mind magics.